Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix. Here's the starting grid. Verstappen, Lawson take out the front row. Russell, Piastri, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, Antonelli, Alonso, Hadjar, Baron, Sonoda, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Ocon, and Gasly, Doohan, Albon, Bortoleto, and Stroll. If you guys want to see these live, go to the Instagram link down below in the description so you could follow that, and we post all the grid on and the reels on there and stuff. So make sure to go check that out and just enjoy the race. Here we are at the Japanese Grand Prix, and the fireworks are on, and they're underway. Max Verstappen gets a decent start with Lance Lawson, George Russell in the back getting a decent start as well. To Oscar Piastri, Russell, and Lawson gonna go around the outside of his teammate. He's gonna make it work. But they're all starting to single out. 3 wide in the back. Never mind, as I say that, Russell gets it. But rain is coming soon. There is expected to be a bit of rain, but nobody seemed to have expected it. Everybody's going to come into the pits. So we'll see how this turns out. Both. Oh my goodness, lots. This is a crazy pit lane. Bortoleto, Oscar Piastri, all the way down the order. And this has mixed up the grid significantly as we see Ocon, Behrman, Hadjar, Norris, Hulkenberg in the points. Norris all the way down to 7th. This has majorly messed up the grid, and Lawson sees himself leading this Japanese Grand Prix, but Russell down the inside. And Russell takes the lead of the race. Lawson now trying to come back. But as we see in the back, Oliver Behrman has taken advantage of this craziness and put himself in P4, possibly in the battle for this win. 2 wide for the lead, 2 abreast for the lead now. Lawson around the outside, not going to make it work. Russell down the inside. But I don't think anybody expected the rain to come this early. I think they were waiting a few laps, but it seems like the rain came much earlier than expected. Lawson now takes the lead. Behrman now going to go around the outside of Russell. This is a crazy race. Behrman, both Hasses taking much advantage of this rain craziness. The rain is expected to lighten up in the next few laps, but Max Verstappen is down to 5th now in this rain, as the rain has, for the most part, stopped. Yeah, as you see here, but it is gonna pick back up. So don't expect anybody to be coming into the pits anytime soon. But it is looking for a Haas double podium. Oliver Behrman possibly going for the race lead. Pierre Gasly up to 6th. Fernando Alonso, Hulkenberg in 8th. Hadjar and Norris and Antonelli, both McLarens fighting for the last point, as that is just majorly messed up. And now it is a Haas 1-2. I missed this. So pass for the lead. Oliver Behrman, though, now in the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. Lawson is going to try to make that back up, though. Lawson, what's he going to do about this? Down the inside and makes it back up into P1. It seems like the faster cars are starting to get back through. Lando Norris is an example. He's up to 10th and now going for 9th on Isaac Hadjar. Down the inside, not going to work, so he goes right around the outside. Great move there. Seems like it is starting to dry up. The rain is starting to possibly dry up a bit in general. So here, yeah, the rain stops for a little. Track's still wet, though, you see in the top there. That is the current weather radar. Track is still wet, so they will be staying on these wet tires. Russell, 4th, second, makes it around Oliver Behrman. Max Verstappen now trying to go back for fourth. The pole sitter here at Suzuka down to fifth, but down the inside of Esteban Ocon. Almost makes it work. The rain is back, so won't be changing tires anytime soon. As of yet, Max Verstappen trying to take this craziness of this Haas podium possibly, but Behrman is still having a very, very good run if he keeps this up. I think he started in, I believe he started in like 10th or something. I'm not 100%, no, not 10th. But Ocon actually makes it right around the outside. Sorry, Behrman started 11th and is up to third after that craziness on the first lap of everyone trying to come into the pits for the wet tires. Like I said, nobody was expecting it, I don't believe. Ocon now into third, ahead of Behrman. Now Max down the inside of Behrman. Gonna make it work. Max trying to go for now third. Russell did take the lead. I did miss that again. I am sorry, but you can see it at the top of your screen. Russell leads Lawson and Verstappen, Behrman, and this is the battle for sixth as Piastri is trying to catch up to it. He is catching up to it. Hadjar has passed back Lando Norris for the final point, so it looks like Piastri is the only McLaren doing, anything right now using the pace of this car. Verstappen has passed now Liam Lawson back for second. And looks like Behrman's going for third. For Liam Lawson, no, not yet. Round the outside does make it work. So Behrman up to fourth. But as you see right there, the rain will be ending very, very soon. Lawson back round for third. The rain will be ending soon, so people have to try to experiment here. Maybe someone like Lando Norris will have to experiment here to see if this rain can settle down and pit at the right time to get their advantage back that they lost right at the start there. For the lead, Max Verstappen and George Russell. So it looks like the rain stops for a little bit, picks right back up. So for the lead, Max Verstappen down the inside makes the stick. But it looks like the rain will be picking back up in a little bit. The track was starting to dry. Back around the outside for Russell. Not going to make it. Is going to make it. But Max Verstappen right back around the outside. And now heavy rain is coming again. So this is for third. Ocon round the outside of Behrman. Makes it work. But Behrman comes back. And this is a great battle for third here. Now Lawson down the inside for fourth. Now maybe going for third on Ocon doesn't give him the space. Ocon now maybe going for second. But let's check up on Oscar Piastri, who was catching up to this battle ahead of him. Maybe not so much anymore, Gasly. And now for third, Lawson does get a background Ocon. So the rain is lightening back up again. Piastri is catching up to this battle for seventh. But a major thing, both Ferrari, the constructors' leaders, are out of the points, 14th and 16th as it runs. Not going to be good for their constructor battle, nor is it going to be good for Charles Leclerc championship lead. We see that's Fernando Alonso in for a new set of wet tires. Max Verstappen holding lead over Lawson. Russell and Lawson. Yeah, Fernando Alonso came in maybe a bit too early. These tires do last about 17 to 23 laps, but it looks like it's about to dry up. So I don't know if that was the right call from Aston Martin. I think that might cost Fernando Alonso quite a bit there. It is sunny now, so we will start to see if the track dries up enough. I believe we will start to see people come into the pits for the dry tires, but people may come in a bit too soon. We'll see. The track is drying, and we see Liam Lawson gaining on Max Verstappen. That just means cloudy if you see it right there, so track will keep drying. This is Jack Doohan. They're coming to lap, but Liam Lawson down the inside for the race lead on Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen only has 9 points on the season in total. So this is a masterful run compared to the rest of the season, how the rest of the season has been going, but Max Verstappen takes the lead back. Nobody's coming into the pits yet. We're going to have to watch everybody here because I think that around Hulkenberg, I think it may be time to come in, but no, nobody's coming in. Fernando Alonso, will he be the first one to come in? No. Sainz, the first one to come in, then Leclerc, Kimi Antonelli. These guys are risking it as they are some of the first people out of the points. How will this work out for them? I don't know if it will. That's Max Verstappen into the pits. Liam Lawson into the pits. Sorry, I am all over the place. Max Verstappen has come in for the dry, so it is time for the dry tires. Gabriel Bortoleto and Fernando Alonso, like I said, it was way too early. I don't know, but Yuki Tsunoda, one of the only people hasn't changed tires yet, still on the white tires. He's going to come in now. 16th. So leads Liam Lawson, now Russell, Behrman, Gasly a little bit closer. But the wet is starting to come back. What is this radar? I don't know if anybody saw this one coming. Piastri is the first to react with the wet tires again. I, I don't think anybody is expecting this weather. This is some crazy weather changings, and Oscar Piastri is the first one to react to this weather change. Now Gasly in. And Lawson actually just jumped Verstappen on that pit cycle, takes the lead, and Ocon now around the outside, down the inside now is Max Verstappen on Ocon. They are ghosted a bit there. Ocon though goes around the outside. He's going for the race lead in this Haas. This crazy Japanese Grand Prix has just the cherry on top is this Haas performance. Now around the outside of Lawson on the straightaway. And Lando Norris is seeing himself being lapped after this all takes place. Battles around anywhere. This is a lap car. So, not much battles. This is for 11th. Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso does get through. But this is for the lead Ocon. Lawson around the outside. Lando Norris seeing himself getting lapped there. Battle for the lead is intense right now. Verstappen now are on the outside, 3 wide for the lead. But it doesn't even matter. As Lawson gets it done. Red Bull 1-2 yet again as they qualified in a different order. But Red Bull 1-2. What can Max Verstappen do? Round the outside, Max Verstappen is going to get this done. Now lapping Lewis Hamilton in 15th place. Liam Lawson, just took the lead from Max Verstappen, also lapping Liam Lawson. or Lewis Hamilton. I don't know what's going on with me right now. So the track is looking to dry up. As Red Bull at the 1-2. Russell holding fifth. Uh, Finally, start trying to get back up into this third place battle. Gasly holding sixth as well. Piastri trying to catch up to Gasly for seventh or for sixth. Past those other two. As actually Fernando Alonso has pulled away from Carlos Sainz, and Kimi Antonelli is pulling away from Charles Leclerc after just passing him, trying to catch up to Sainz now. Isaac Hadjar holding the last point. Both Saubers in the points. Russell has now made it up to fourth, and Max Verstappen is falling away from his teammate Liam Lawson. Now, will the rain kick back up, or will people try to risk it and go back on the slick tires? It looks like the track is drying up pretty significantly. I don't know if any more rain is going to come of this race. If it is, I think it's going to be a little later. As we see the track drying up, Russell just caught up in the third. Russell now down the inside, round the outside. Makes it work. So Russell went from fifth up to second in just a few laps. And the rain is coming back. I don't think anybody's going to risk it. I think everyone's going to stay on these tires regardless if the track does dry up. Sainz, though, did actually risk it. He's on the inters. We haven't seen anybody on the inters yet. I don't know if this is going to work. You know, it is lighter rain, so honestly, I think he may be quicker. By how much, I don't know. Seemingly, the track is drying up yet again, like I said before. Kimi Antonelli did get passed by Leclerc. And Liam Lawson is pulling away. So if Liam Lawson were winning this race, he would take the championship lead. Which would be great for him. And for Red Bull, I think they would take the constructors standings with this 1-2. They're currently third with 41 points. I think they would take the constructors lead, especially since both Ferraris are out of the points right now. Max Verstappen, though, is gaining back on Liam Lawson. The rain is picking back up. So nobody had to change tires there. Nobody went onto the slicks. Thank God for their races. Rain is picking up, but the clouds are, or the rain will be leaving soon. Max Verstappen on Liam Lawson. What can he do? The fastest lap of the race right now is by George Russell. But as it states, sunny in the next few laps. Here's the battle for fourth. But here's a battle for second even. So it is sunny. It is stated as sunny on the weather forecast. So the track will be drying. I think it will be dry enough for the slicks. Oscar Piastri, the first one to react again. I don't know. This may be a bit early, especially since the slicks only start to work as soon as that line is that blue line is all the way down. You see in the top, right next to fastest lap. So now the slicks will start to work, and now everybody is coming into the pits. Nobody's gonna risk it, even if the rain does come back. And that leaves Liam Lawson still in the lead, but Russell down the inside. Can Kimi Antonelli do anything against Lawson or Russell? No. Russell, though, is not going to let that stop him. Does get pulled away a little bit by Liam Lawson, trying to hold this race. For a second now, Russell has fallen into the clutches of Max Verstappen, who will probably try to regain his lead if he can. No, Russell now trying to defend around the outside. Goes Max Verstappen, trying to catch back up to Liam Lawson. He is on the hard, so he's intending to go to the end of this race on these tires. I wouldn't be surprised. And he just set the fastest lap of the race right now. Of course, it has been raining for most of the race, so these slick tires will be much faster. Max Verstappen now for the lead. Round the outside of Liam Lawson. Makes it stick pretty nicely. And now Max Verstappen leads Liam Lawson right round the outside again, so it doesn't even matter. Nico Hulkenberg right now has the fastest lap of the race, currently in 7th position, fighting with Oscar Piastri there. He battles around the track. For a second, this is still the closest battle. Russell down the inside on Max Verstappen. Again, Max Verstappen, I think, is intending to go to the end of this race on these tires. If he doesn't, I would be a little surprised. He might maybe pit one more time, but the rain is coming back. I don't know how soon. I don't know if this is going to affect Lawson, Russell, or Verstappen in any way. I don't think the rain will come by the time they get to the pit, so I think they're going to have to stay out one more lap. They're not going to risk it. Nobody's going to risk it. Into the pits they come. Now, the question is, will this hold up anybody? No. Everybody gets it out pretty cleanly. And the top 3 remain the same. This is actually Hajar lap car, but the battle for 3rd is actually on with Verstappen and Ocon. Ocon pushes Verstappen a little bit into the grass there. Side by side in the S's doesn't usually work, but they're making it work, and Ocon is taking the podium right now for Haas back. They had a great start in this race. Not so much in the middle sections, but they're still in a great position for this team, especially. Verstappen, though, down the inside is going to make it work. And back up into 3rd. Russell did just take the lead of the race. Rain is coming again, so no pitters should be coming in for the slicks anytime soon. And back for 3rd, Ocon. Hajar is having a great watch party here for this battle for 3rd. I would be surprised if Ocon were to be able to hold this, which would just kill Verstappen too, as honestly this has been a very sad season up to this point for him. And if he were to be beat by Haas for the podium, I wouldn't be surprised if this were to continue to be a sad season. But Verstappen now going to try to go back down the inside. Does make it work. And again, of course, I miss it again. Liam Lawson, he's back into the lead with just a few laps remaining. Russell or Lawson, it's either one of these guys' races. Maybe Verstappen could get back up into the picture. I'm not sure. but it looks like it's just Russell or Lawson. Russell is, I think, fourth in the standings right now. Fifth in the standings, sorry. Lawson, if he were to win this race, I think even if he were to get second, he would be the World Drivers' Championships leader, which would be great for him in his Red Bull campaign. So yeah, keep in mind this battle for the lead. Any battles around? No. Nico Hulkenberg did get repassed by Oscar Piastri. Gabriel Bortoleto got passed by Leclerc. This is for ninth right here. And Hadjar is looking to get into this battle for the last point paying position for ninth and 10th. This is for the last point. Hadjar down the inside of Leclerc. Leclerc break around the outside. Lighter rain is coming. Leclerc, Bortoleto, Hadjar. This is for the final point. So this is a very significant fight right here. But a more significant fight is for third, as Max Verstappen did just get passed by Esteban Ocon again for third. This has been a miserable final couple of laps for Max Verstappen. Hasn't been able to gain on the leaders, hasn't been able to hold Ocon back. And now he has a lap car of Leclerc fighting him. I'm surprised. I really am surprised that Haas was able to execute on that first pit cycle so flawlessly. Everybody started on the slicks. I don't think anybody expected the race to rain that quickly, but it did, and it surprised everybody. It surprised me. It seems like it surprised all the teams as Max Verstappen did just get right back around Ocon and is gaining on George Russell second. So maybe not so much of a bad race. This could turn up to be a Red Bull 1-2. Verstappen, 2 laps to go round the outside. Maybe he's going to try to go for his teammate. Up to second for Verstappen. Can Verstappen go for his teammate, or will Liam Lawson hold on? He's not gaining much time. This is for third. Ocon trying to push for this. Not gonna end up working. Liam Lawson. The man with many doubts, Liam Lawson. He comes through the final sector. I don't think anybody expected this. The changing conditions of the Suzuka weather. Liam Lawson is going to come around the final corner. He's going to come and win the Japanese Grand Prix. The battle for second at the line. George Russell gets in, and Esteban Ocon actually passes Max Verstappen at the line for third in the Haas. Max Verstappen fourth, Pierre Gasly fifth, Behrman ends up sixth, Piastri ends up in seventh, Hulkenberg eighth, Leclerc ninth, and Bortoleto gets the final point in the Sauber in 10th place. So great race in Suzuka. So here's the full results of the Japanese Grand Prix. Liam Lawson, George Russell, Ocon in third, rounds at the podium. Max Verstappen, Gasly, Behrman, Piastri, Hulkenberg, Leclerc, Bortoleto, Hadjar, Antonelli, 12th. Alonso, 13th. Sainz, 14th. Hamilton, Norris, Sonoda, Albon, Duhan, and Lance Stroll rounded the grid. And here are the driver and constructor standings. So Lawson leads from Leclerc, Russell, Piastri, Hamilton, Gasly. Verstappen finally getting some points here on the board, now in 7th. Ocon after his podium, 8th. Alonso and Norris The constructors are led by Red Bull to Ferrari, McLaren third, Mercedes fourth, Haas fifth after again a very very good weekend in Japan here. Alpine, Aston Martin, Sauber, RB, and Williams round out the grid. So that'll do it for the Japanese Grand Prix. I do know that it is a little bit unrealistic, the results here. So I have fixed a bit of the ratings going into Bahrain, which will be coming out in a few days. Trust me, I'm fully aware that the ratings are little bit off. So just stick around for that. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, go to the Instagram link down below. Also go to the spreadsheet link down below. You can see the points on there too. And enjoy your day. Thank you for watching.